Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Shiekrunner, and welcome to I think my third part of how to do quests more efficiently in the Shadowlands. In today's video we're going to take a look at two quests, so it's kind of going to be a two-parter. The first quest is a weird one. The second one is just a flat-out time save, but the first one is a strange one that I have not fully figured out yet, and there's a good chance that with Shadowlands getting closer there will be changes to it, or there will be um, like different things that are better to do. Um, so I just wanted to demonstrate the problem or the issues. So this is kind of like a fake time save, but also it can sometimes be an actual time save. I get mixed results. So like I said, I think in parts prior to this, sometimes quest objectives they have requirements that aren't really requirements. They say you have to do X, but you don't really have to do X. It's just sort of like a guideline to guide you through the quest. Um, that they do sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So here's the same thing with this quest. So actually, let me abandon this quest one more time. When I accept the quest, I will reset this timer. So it won't be 100% accurate because of delay and like human error, but it gives us a rough idea how long everything takes. So I reset the timer now and then I pick up the quest. So it says that we are supposed to follow Iridia. So that's what we're gonna do. Like it says we are supposed to follow this bitch. So that's what we're doing. How we're following her. So we're gonna keep track of the time we completed the follow Iridia objective. Um, that's the first thing that we're gonna keep track of. Um, 27 seconds. Probably like 25 seconds because I messed up a little bit. So then this guy spawns, Cosmos. And he runs up this stairs and he gets to this part around here. And then we can interact with him. And we're gonna keep track of how long this takes us. Like for how long he's be available. So around 50 seconds minus like let's say 1 or 2 seconds because I messed up. So 48 to like 51, I would say. Um, so now we're going to do this again. So and here comes the odd thing. So you don't actually have to follow her. You can just go straight up to this point and it will trigger the objective complete um, objective. But Cosmos doesn't always spawn at the same time. It sometimes spawns much earlier, so you save time. Sometimes it spawns much later, so you lose time from just following her. Uh, so it's kind of like weird. So through an initial playthrough, you probably won't run into this because you probably just do what the quest tells you. You're supposed to follow Iridia. But if you like abandon and take the quest again and do like these testings like I do, you will quickly figure out that um, there's like a way to not follow her, right? And on the surface, it looks like a straight up time save because you complete the follow objective much quicker than when following her, but it doesn't always yield a time save. Sometimes it does, but most of the time, based on my experience, it doesn't. It usually results in a time loss or at exactly the same time. So here we're going to do the same again. Keep track of when the follow Iridia time is and when Cosmos spawned and when I can click on him. So I reset the timer and then I click on her. So now I speed through this part, and I just go to the place where where I was before. So this took 10 seconds, and now Cosmos already spawned last time around. He didn't right now, so you can see Iridia is flying to us, even though Iridia is already here. And let's see. So there's Cosmos. It seems like it's some sort of timer, like doesn't really change anything by going early here, even though it might seem that way. And it usually results in the same like result or like in a time loss. Very rarely I have saved time with this. So as you can see, it's like 50 seconds again as before. So this seems like a time save on the surface level, but if you look into it, it's actually kind of like the same. And we do it to like RP shit being weird sometimes. It can result in a time save or a time loss. but I wouldn't bet on this. And one part of like doing speedruns like this, like when you do a speedrun on launch, you want to make sure that things are consistent. You don't want to run into issues where quest bugs. So I wouldn't recommend doing this on launch or anything like that, because well, you're gonna probably have a bad time, and if a quest bugs, that's usually more time that you lose than you save. So this is like a two-parter. So now we get to the next quest. This next quest is a very boring one, so I'm just gonna start this right away. Let's reset the timer just for why or not. Um, so here there are a couple of optimizations you can do, unless they have changed something from the last build, but I don't think that they have. Um, there's not really much to this quest. You're flying around these sort of bell kind of thing, and you're supposed to, I think, ring them or something. I have no idea. I don't even know what a Vesper is. I'm not a native English speaker. I'm supposed to cleanse something. We get like an extra action button here that we are supposed to press whenever we are close to one of those bells. So what you just do, you spam the button till it works, so you have it as early as possible. So there's not much optimization at this part of the quest, at least I have not found. Sometimes you can press this twice if you are really quick, then you skip the cooldown, but it doesn't do anything because it takes a while for this guy to recognize, like, that you're not at another bell, right? So it doesn't work, doesn't do anything. It just does more harm than it does good, because it could be that your cooldown doesn't come off in time. It never happened to me before, but it's not out of the question, I would say. So it all comes down to the third Vesper. So we're going to do this quest normally first, and then I'm going to do it the way that I do it, right? The quicker way. Um, this is, like I said, going to take a bit because this is kind of like a boring quest for the most part. But yeah, this is, so I'm going to like look at the timer after I finish the quest. I spam this button here. This is the last bell I have to ring. So now um, it's finished, and now we wait for the completion. So there's some RP, and like we're talking to this guy, we're watching what happens to them, like all of that good stuff. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes two. So like 2:10, you could say. So now we jump down and we repeat this quest. Repeating this quest is actually kind of funny because you actually have to do this quest again, and this is why I'm saying, like, if you do any of these quest optimization, if you're not really sure what you're doing, if the quest bugs, you can lose more time than you can gain, like, most of the time. So it's like really you need to be sure what you're doing. And if it works, like if the stuff works, it's always kind of cool to save like an extra second. So you want to make sure, I think, that Iredia gets there before you. Like I said, I'm still like learning this quest as we go. Now Cosmos should spawn earlier, as you can see. Or like not really earlier, maybe it's just like he spawns around like 25 seconds and it doesn't really matter. So if you get earlier here, it just means that you still have to wait. So, but using like some sort of like gun shoes or something is kind of like not really, um, it's more of a waste. So we're doing this here again. So once I fly, I reset. So now this happens again. I'm switching to my haste set just because I'm curious if it changes anything. Because sometimes the things scale off of haste, so sometimes the cast time of these things change. But it wouldn't really do much besides maybe for the last Vesper, because I'm going to show you two tricks here actually to make this quicker. Um, it's very minor, but it's cool. It can go wrong if you don't know what you're doing, but usually it shouldn't. And on launch, there's always that risk that they've changed something upon you, but it shouldn't really. Like usually they don't do that. Like not that often that it occurs. So here we spam again. See is the cast. No, actually, as you can see, being in haste set, this is actually like a little bit faster. So this is also an extra time save that I wasn't sure if it actually is, because last time I think this was 4 seconds 4 seconds and 6. I'm gonna make sure after this so that I don't misinform you. Like I have not paid much attention to it before, so I'm going to make sure that I don't misinform you. So here we spam again. So what we're doing here now we're spamming here for the third one, but at the middle of the cast we abandon the vehicle. I use a keybind for that, but you can also just use this button right here, but keybind is usually faster. So at half of the cast we abandon the vehicle. So I'm spamming so it happens as early as possible. So as you can see I got credit for it. Now I'm waiting here. Now I skip basically all of this RP. And we pretty much like save 10 seconds doing this. As you can see, 2 minutes. And this wasn't 100% optimal, right? So I'm going to do this one more time just to make sure that I didn't misinform you. I will probably cut this part out though, because I have to redo this quest again. And that's going to be boring for you because you've seen it so many times already. So now that we are back here, we're going to see how long the cast is going to be within my speed set. My haste is like super low in my speed set, so it's going to make a good test. Last time it was 3.5 seconds in my haste set, and if I was in my speed set the first time around, then this should be like 4.5 seconds. Seems kind of a lot, to be honest, like difference, but we'll see whether I was tripping or not. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't misinform you. Let's see. Yeah, 4.5 seconds. See? Going into here with your haste set makes it slightly faster. Like, I don't really think it makes a difference for the first one and the second one, but for the third one, it makes a difference. So, you can also just leave this. So, see you all in my next video. I hope you guys like this series. See you all. Bye.